What do you worry about when you play Valorant? Maybe the answer is toxic teammates or maybe bad teammates. However, what if I told you that now you have to worry about somebody doxing your address directly into the chat in the game that you're playing in? Somehow the bad people out there have figured out a way to find your address and post it right into the chat just by playing a game of Valorant with you, and nobody is really sure how. Today, I'm going to be talking about real players who have had their actual addresses leaked on Valorant, reasons why it may be happening, and what you can do to keep your account and your data safe and private. And since this video is about scary things that have really been happening on Valorant lately, here is a giveaway for a VPN right now in this 30-second sponsor. Before we continue, I have a giveaway for you guys right now. Here are some codes on the screen for hide.me VPN. Just go and create your free account and you will get premium access for 1 month. With 2,100 servers, 78 locations, and 20 million worldwide users, HideMe VPN is a great source of privacy and protection for you out there. And you can get even more security from HideMe VPN when you use the multi-hop double VPN, which allows you to use multiple locations to really stop the bad guys from messing with you. Click the link in the description or in the pinned comment, reply to the pinned comment, and I will reply to you with a code for 1 month free of premium. HideMe VPN is the best premium VPN that you can get today, and it's even better with the giveaway that we're doing so you guys can get 1 month for free. I wholeheartedly recommend it. 9 days ago on Reddit, somebody posted a thread saying, "I keep being doxxed in my games, reporting does nothing. Hello, I am in High Immortal / Radiant lobbies. I have come across the same Reyna that hides his name and plays on 2 different accounts. I have reported this several times and nothing has been done about this. He keeps spamming my home address in all chat. And he comments on my home and says weird stuff in all chat. The enemy team refuses to report him. I can post a history to an admin and it's just annoying at this point having my stuff spammed." So that's pretty scary, and of course you're going to hear that and assume that Valorant and Riot security is very much compromised, and that's not exactly the case, and we will get into that. And while that does seem like it's just one story, people have been saying that this has been happening to them. And here is another story from just 1 week ago from Reddit as well, from somebody who experienced the exact same thing. "I eliminated a guy in an unrated match and he proceeded to at me in all chat and ask how my university campus is. How did he get this information? It isn't on my social media at all. I have accounts, but I don't post anything, and when I type my name into Google, nothing related pops up, so how did he know? I have never played anywhere near campus. Did he dox me, but how did he get this specific information?" And there were several comments on both of the posts that were made saying that that had happened to them as well. And Reddit is a place where there's lots of fake smart people and real dumb people. Basically no in between. So let's jump right into all of this head first, and let's ask the question, do we factually know how this is happening? No, not really. However, do we have an idea of how this is happening? A little bit. So what I've deduced from asking around as well as reading the comments on the post is that this is very unlikely to be a security breach, and it's very unlikely to be anything that's based on IP or any sort of thing like that. So there's no real reason to worry about if our data is safe or not just yet. And of course, this is all with a grain of salt because this very well could be from that, but there's absolutely no evidence to support that sentiment. One user commented this, and I think it's a pretty good assessment of what actually happened. They said, "We're using their gamer tag or whatever across 100 different sites. Unsurprisingly common among high elo players because they want some sort of recognition for their rank. They leave a paper trail that's easily searched. Example, know their name, find their Twitter, maybe a Discord in the bio. Discord lets you link your Spotify, your PayPal, Instagram, even a Facebook if anyone was stupid enough to do that. From there, it's easy to dox." Basically, what this epic Redditor is saying is that if you are on Valorant and maybe you're a high-ranking player, that the chances are is that you're probably trying to make some sort of content creation career and that you're using the same username across all platforms, and that because of that, you're not really self-aware of the paper trail that you've left behind and that it does link to something that reveals your personal information. It's pretty much that simple. The original poster did go on to say, "I played for my parents' house, which is 3 hours away from campus. If he was to guess the nearest campus, he would be completely wrong," which doesn't really help his case too much, but it is something to note. But I essentially think that that is the truthful answer of how this happened, is that this person has a username that they use across all platforms and that it was linked to just one thing at a minimum that had some form of personal information on it, whether it be he plays on a team for his campus and his name was linked to it that way. We don't know the specifics, but it does make sense regardless. In regards to the first story that we heard as well, I think it also can apply to that as well. We have no reason to believe that Valorant and Riot security is compromised, but there is always the possibility. And that's why we have to do our own due diligence to keep ourselves safe. So let's get into that right now as well. This is going to be a little bit of a refresher for you guys, okay? It's good to have a refresher on things that you think you already know because maybe you forgot. See how much of these that you can remember. Our first and the biggest point that I always tell people in regards to safety, especially on Valorant, is have two-step authentication on. Valorant for a really long time didn't even have that, and it just relied on us having strong passwords. A lot of people will try to discredit two-step authentication and say that it doesn't work or that it's not reliable, and it's just entirely not true. And while in some circumstances it has happened before and it wasn't too helpful, the general consensus is that it works. As well, anybody who tries to discredit it, I guarantee you they have it on themselves. You know why? Because it works. And security is all about layers. The next big tip that I have for you guys is something that you should have learned from listening to the previous parts of this video, and that's to do your own due diligence and go across all of your social media platforms and make sure that you're not giving away too much personal information. It's totally okay to have one username across all platforms, but just make sure that on all of the things that you may be using your username on, that it doesn't give away any personal information. And while that may be tricky and or taxing for you, you can easily just change your name as well on whatever it is that you're doing. For instance, on Valorant, you are allowed to change your name once a month entirely for free. So if you are worried about this thing happening to you and people may be finding an old social media or whatever it may be based off of your username, you can just change it to something else. Very simple, very helpful. Security is a very tricky thing online because of how compromised it all truly is, but we do have layers to protect us, and we also have our own brains to keep us safe. So don't live in fear, just be prepared, do what you can, and take the steps necessary to keep your data and yourself safe. So again, I ask you, what do you worry about when you're playing Valorant? After watching this video, I hope it's not being doxxed or having any of your personal information leaked or anything like that. We're better than the bad guys. I promise you guys, dude. We are so much better than they are. However, that's going to be doing it for this video. I hope that you guys can stay safe out there and always be kind to each other and courteous with each other. We only got one go on this planet, so why not have it be a nice and prosperous one for all of us, for each other. As always, I'm Justin and you're not. Like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and click the bell for notifications so you can be alerted on anything Valorant related and anything that's hype on this game. Love you guys. See ya. Video is very close to being 8 minutes long. I've told you guys this before. I would never ever lie to you about stretching a video to be 8 minutes long. And right now, I'm going to stretch this to be 8 minutes long. I enjoy food far too much to not be able to buy it. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for your support.
No. My thanks.
Time to jump. Fake teleport.
One dead.
Nice. My bulldog is down on the floor. Backside. Oh, close.
There.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down, B. Reloading. One enemy remaining.
Everyone hiding. My ultimate is ready.
Nice shot.
Good
game, y'all.
Gabagoo.